Good morning and happy Saturday. I am Ellie, and we are here at the Just Yoga Studio in Corona, California, who has very graciously donated their studio so we could have our Facebook Live yoga classes with the pink ribbon place. So, very excited for today's class. A couple of things before we get started. Like always, making sure you do have your yoga mat, at least two blankets. Yes, your yoga blocks if you happen to have them. Today we will be using them. So if you don't have any yoga blocks, you can also use maybe like those really heavy duty like Tupperware boxes, maybe some shoe boxes, some heavy books that you could kind of use to stabilize. I do recommend anything kind of in this size range, this width. So if you want to go ahead and take some time right now to go look for something, you can always, take this time to do so. And just in case, also our yoga strap. I believe we will not be using it in today's class, but like always, I like to bring out all my props to play with. With that being said, like always, let's make sure we listen to our bodies. We do everything very carefully, very aware, and try not to push ourselves to the point of getting injured anywhere on our body. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Today, I would like to start our class sitting down. Go ahead and grab one of your blankets, and let's fold it in half to make a little taquito. Place it behind you, and all that this does again is just helps to bring up the spine, straighten out the spine, sit a little taller, and avoid again this slouching effect that we tend to do. Making sure we are keeping an eye on the way that we are crossing our legs. Hands can go here at the knees, relaxing those shoulders, and we're simply going to close our eyes and start to breathe. Let's go ahead and start with a big inhale and exhale through the mouth. Big inhale and exhale through the mouth. And last one, big inhale and exhale out. Relaxing those shoulders, creating a little bit of space in between the ears and the shoulders. Sitting up just a little taller. Starting to bring a little more focus, a little more awareness to our breath this morning. Slowing down those inhales and making them just as long as our exhales. Couple more breaths here. Maybe setting an intention for your practice today. Relaxing that space in between the eyebrows. And when you're ready, very slowly opening those eyes. Maybe moving the head side to side. Introducing just a little bit of movement to our bodies this morning. Now when you're ready, rolling those shoulders back, keeping those hands on the knees. Let's go ahead and inhale, bringing that chest forward, sending those hands back. And exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale, rounding the spine. And last one, big inhale. And exhale, pulling those hands away, rounding the spine. And coming back to center. Keeping an eye and remembering which of our legs we have crossed in the front, let's go ahead and take the hands behind us, taking the knees or the feet about hip width distance apart. Actually, no, a little wider, sorry. And then letting those knees just fall side to side. Again, just windshield wiping. Just releasing any little low back any tension you have in the low back. And when you're ready, coming back to a standstill. And then remembering which leg was in the front, now we're going to switch the crossing of our legs. If you can't remember which one, this is probably going to be the side that feels a little off. It's not going to feel natural. So go with that side because most likely you already crossed on your dominant way. From here, let's go ahead and roll those shoulders back. Once again, letting that head fall side to side. You are more than welcome to do full circles here, and if you do, please remember to do them very slowly and with control. You never want to let your neck and your head just fall back without any control here. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and take those hands, walking the hands forward a little bit. Again, just kind of checking in with the hips. It's still very early on, but just seeing how everything is feeling. Maybe it might feel a little tight. And making sure we are keeping those shoulders down, keeping that back straight. And next, exhale, walking those hands towards the right side. One more breath here. And when you're ready, walking those hands all the way to the left side. Again, I did forget to mention at the beginning of class, but if you happen to have any pain here, you can always grab one of your blocks, always put a blanket rolled up like a burrito under here, under the knees. And then walking those hands back, and then walking all the way back. Rolling those shoulders. From here, we are going to be coming into a twist. So, from our twist, we normally are used to inhaling up and twisting side to side. Instead, today we are going to work a little bit of the core, a little bit of the abs. So I want you to take your left hand, bring it out in front of you. All palm together, everything is closed off, and taking that right hand out. So left hand in the front and right hand out to the side, kind of like a clock. From here, you're going to roll the shoulders down. Create, again, that space in between the ears and the shoulders. You're going to inhale, get nice and tall. And you're going to exhale and start working those abs and start shifting, twisting towards the right side. You probably will not go as deep as you normally do, but this is because we are working more of those abs. We are working more on that rotation. Once again, inhale, getting nice and tall, and then exhale, maybe twisting just a little bit more. If you're doing this and it's not feeling very good on the shoulders, it's just not feeling good on the arms, you are always welcome to bring those hands here to heart center and still continue working on keeping those shoulders down and working on the twist. When you're ready, coming back, bringing those hands down, rolling those shoulders just a little bit here. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and take that right hand out in front of us, left hand out to the side. Big inhale, and exhale, start rotating, twisting towards that left side. Making sure, again, we are working that core, we're working those abs. Keeping those hands engaged, hands strong. And then coming back to center. Bringing the hands down, again, rolling out the hands, rolling out the shoulders. And when you are ready, let's go ahead and come onto our hands and knees. You are more than welcome to bring a blanket with you. Actually, you know what? Yes, bring a blanket. If you are working on hardwood floor, on carpet, whatever it is, go ahead and grab a blanket. If today the knees might be feeling a little more sensitive, go ahead and even grab 2 blankets. We are going to be on our knees for a good while of the class. Today we are working a little bit on the hips here. So go ahead and grab yourself 1 or 2 blankets. From here, let's do a couple of cat-cows. Hands are about shoulder distance apart, and then those knees are about hip width distance. Inhale, drop that belly. And exhale, tucking the chin, rounding the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, rounding the spine. And last one, inhale, drop that belly. And exhale, rounding the spine. Coming back to a neutral position. From here, we are going to be sending that left foot back, keeping it straight, toes are pointing down, and then we're going to go ahead and bring it all the way in front. So if today that felt like it was a lot of motion through, simply walk the hands towards the right side, opening up a little bit on that left side, and then just bring that foot to the front and then walk those hands back. this is an excellent time to grab those blocks, those boxes, those books, whatever it is that you have, and this is the reason why we're going to be using them. From here, we're going to slowly start leaning forward. Again, letting that knee come forward, getting a nice little stretch here in this back area and a nice little stretch down here in our right quad. So what the blocks do is they bring the floor significantly closer for us, which allows us to keep our back nice and straight. And then we are kind of in this nice little modified low lunge here. And we're just breathing. Depending on how tight the hips are feeling today, this might be a very, very intense stretch for you. So go into it very slowly, very controlled, and making sure you have those books, boxes, blocks, whatever it is to help you stay up. Keeping everything engaged, making sure we're not sinking into any part of this posture because this is a very, very deep stretch. And when you're ready, sending the hips back. Bring your blocks, boxes, whatever it is you have, scooch that left foot a little bit forward so we can keep it straight. Again, my back is still straight, toes are pointing back, and we're just gonna fold forward, getting a nice little stretch into our hamstring. You do not have to go very deep into this. Again, we have a very short amount of time in our classes, so this is just to get a little bit of an intense stretch without going too deep into it. It's kind of just like a little feeler, so you can kind of feel a little bit of how everything is going. Go ahead and walk those hands again. We're gonna do that one more time, and maybe this time you start to feel it just a little bit more. And then very slowly walking those hands back. Maybe you fold just a little bit more this time, or maybe you just even become a little more aware of where your hamstrings are currently at, which both of those options are great. When you're ready, walking back, place your blocks on the side. Go ahead and come down to the hands. And again, you're welcome to walk those hands to the right side. Just pick up that foot and sending it back. From here, taking the hips wide, big toes touch, sending those hips back, and coming in for a very quick break. Take the moment to catch your breath, to grab some water, wipe any sweat if you got sweat going on this morning. Whatever it is, this is the next couple seconds here, next couple moments are just for you, so please take them for whatever it is that you need, maybe even just fixing your pants like I am. When we're ready, coming back to hands and knees, go ahead and walk those hands to the left side, or you're more than welcome just to pick up that right foot, sending it to the back, and then coming all the way forward, grabbing your blocks, and then leaning forward here. Again, we don't want to slouch here. Instead, we want to stay up. If for any reason you couldn't find any blocks or anything, you can always just bring those hands here to the knees. And then this is a little bit more work because you are keeping yourself up, but it's still a lot better than placing those hands down and slouching that back. So that is one option that you have. Taking a big breath here. And when you're ready, exhale, walking those hands back. Maybe scooching that right foot forward just a little bit, sending the toes back, keeping that leg nice and straight, and then folding forward. Once again, to get a little bit of that hamstring stretch in. Your next inhale, bending that front knee, walking the hands again forward. Maybe this time, again, it feels a little different. You can always see if maybe you can go a little bit lower here. What we are looking for, again, is to get that nice stretch on the right leg, that right thigh area, that glute, and then that left quad. So if you're anything like me, you probably have really tight quads. And this is one of those poses that no matter how many times I do it, it still feels so good every single time. Walking those hands back once again. And maybe you fold just a little bit deeper this time. And when you're ready, Coming forward, placing your blocks on the sides. Hands are coming down towards the left side, and go ahead and take that foot back once again. Knees are wide, big toes touch, sending those hips back into your child's pose. Grab water, whatever it is that you need. And when you're ready, next inhale, coming up. We are coming back to seated. So like always, go ahead and bring your blanket with you. Fold it in half, like this, and place it behind you. Again, we're kind of half sitting on it, half not. And from here, take those feet out in front of you. If anyone is curious, this pose is called Dandasana. For anybody out there who wanted to know, toes are pointing back. This is a very active pose. We're not just sitting here, we're rolling those shoulders back. Our spine is long, and we are very actively working, again, the core and working those legs. From here, take a big inhale and begin walking those hands forward. Again, wherever they land is perfectly fine. If today it's up to the knees, that's perfectly fine. If today you can fold all the way over, grabbing the bottoms of those feet, that is perfectly fine too. Yoga is never a competition. So whatever your body is feeling today, please go there. And when you're ready, walking those hands back. From here, let's go ahead and take that right knee or right leg, folding it in like this. And again, like I had mentioned, if you have ever any knee pain, anything, you can always take a blanket, fold it like this, like a little burrito, and place it under. Seems like my back blanket kind of scooted out of my bottom. So this is always an option in case of any knee problems. What this does is just takes away any stress from the knee. So it makes everything a little nicer, a little sweeter. From here, once again, let's fold forward. And maybe keeping only one leg. Again, both feet are still working. They're both very active, but maybe bringing one in allows you to fold a little deeper. And exhale. Very slowly start walking those hands back, keeping the right leg, right knee as it is. Go ahead and take that left leg and bring it out maybe towards the corner of your mat. So now we're a little bit of an open angle. From here, go ahead and take that torso and shift it towards the left, opening up, very similar to how we did in the beginning of class, opening up and then walking those hands towards that left side. One more breath here. Maybe you twist a little bit more here. You settle in a little bit deeper. And when you're ready, walking those hands back, bringing that torso back to center, picking up that left leg, bending it and straightening out the right leg. And if needed, you can always take your handy dandy burrito and placing it on that left knee. Once again, toes are active, rolling those shoulders back and folding forward. One more breath here. And when you're ready, walking those hands back. Take that right leg, opening it up. Oops, you might hear a little hip pop. My hips definitely popped. And just kind of pointing it towards that right upper corner again. Inhale, getting nice and tall, and exhale, twisting, shifting that torso, turning it however you want to call it towards that right side, and then folding forward. One more breath here. It's a good time, to check your toes, check the toenails. Maybe it's time for a pedicure. And very slowly walking those hands back. From here, let's go ahead and keep the the left knee as is, and take that right leg, bring it in, bringing the bottoms of the feet together. Making sure we're actively pushing one towards the other. We're not just kind of hanging out here. We are really actually working, bringing those feet, pushing towards each other. Rolling the shoulders back once again, and then folding forward. From here, you do have the option if you want to work again on the hips or the hip mobility, flexibility. You can, as you come down, if you want to work a little bit more on opening up those hips, you can take those hands to the feet and then work maybe more on the opening, pushing down the knees with those elbows, creating a little bit here, more of an opening through the hips. So two options, whichever one you would like to take today, they are both wonderful. Taking a couple more breaths here. When you're ready, coming all the way up. Using those hands to push the knees back in, taking the feet wide, and once again letting them fall side to side. When you are ready, let's go ahead and come onto our backs for one final posture here in today's class. Like always, if you happen to have the privilege of time, I always highly recommend that you take a little extra time while you're down here. And if you're a little more conscious on time, you are always welcome to join me seated after this last twist. From here, keeping those knees bent, go ahead and let them fall side to side once again. Coming to a stand still, taking that right leg, crossing it over to the left, taking the hips to the right, and letting those knees fall towards the left side. Hands are going to go out, and you are welcome to look towards the left side. And if you want a deeper stretch, go ahead and turn your gaze towards the right side. This should feel really, really good. There should be no pain, absolutely no pain here at all. Always remember that if at any point you do feel any pain in any of the postures that we do, please always come out of them. Next, inhale, taking those knees up, realigning the hips, undoing the legs. And next, inhale, bringing that left leg, crossing it over the right, taking the hips to the left and letting those knees fall towards the right side. Once again, the gaze can go towards the right, and if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can always look towards the left side. Inhale, bringing those knees back up, realigning the hips, undoing the legs. From here, you are welcome to stay down here as we finish our class, or you can always, always, always join me in seated. Bringing palms together towards the heart, closing the eyes if you would like. Taking a big inhale and exhale through the mouth. Taking these last couple moments to enjoy the sweet energy that you have created today. I thank you very much for letting me and Just Yoga be a part of your day, a part of your time, and most importantly, a part of your practice. It is always truly, truly, truly a privilege and an honor to be a part of your day. With that being said, please continue checking the Pink Ribbon Place page as well as the Riverside Community Health Foundation page for any updates, any yoga related news. I want to wish you a very lovely Saturday. I had to take a moment there to think of what day it was. A very lovely Saturday and a very lovely week. And until we meet again, namaste.